On YouTube, we can find a lot of music for studying and concentration. The searching result is mostly pure classical music without lyrics. Someone suggests that we can always find some unusual type of music that can dramatically boost your productivity. For example, video game soundtracks are specifically designed to provide a stimulating background that doesn't mess with your concentration. There is also one type of music for the athletes to listen before the competition, aiming to help focus. In fact, does listening music really boost our concentration? Or which kind of music helps us to concentrate most? Investigating the answer of these two questions are exactly the purpose of our study. So let's make an experiment to figure out which kind of music really help with your concentration now.
We need 3 sets of tasks, a timer, a pen, and an earphone. In this experiment, we have to prepare 2 types of music and 3 sets of tasks to investigate how pop music and classical music affect subjects' performance in calculation. 3 simple mathematical tests are given to volunteers. They are required to complete the 3 tasks without the aid of calculators. First, 1/3 of the volunteers are doing task A without music, while the other 2 groups are doing task B and C with classical music and pop music respectively. After all groups finish their tasks, we reverse the groups. Now, Group A is going to do task B with classical music, while Group B is working on the task C with pop music. And Group C is going to complete task A without any music. This procedure will continue once more to ensure all volunteers have participated in all tasks.
Do you prefer working while listening music? Yes, I will always listen to music while working.
Which kind of music do you prefer when you are working?
I prefer listening to my favorite pop music because it can excite me.
Which test do you think you perform better?
Without music, I can focus on doing calculation.
Do you prefer working while listening to music?
Yes, sure. Music can help ease my emotion and focus on my work.
After completing the experiment, we found that most of the interviewees did the calculation with classical music, spent less time to finish the task, compared to the interviewees who under circumstances with no music or pop music. Only 5 participants out of totally 24 doing the calculation with no music and pop music spent less time to complete the test. Moreover, we found that the time spent on pop music and no music are similar. This shows that multitasking with classical music is the most effective and efficient way. From the above graph, we can clearly see that the calculating speed of the participants with classical music played are slightly faster.
Later, we can observe that participants with classical music are able to finish the task more efficiently. In other words, classical music seems to be preferable in working or studying. According to our research distributed in learning and individual differences, it discovered that compared to students who heard the 1-hour lecture without music, students listening to our lecture while classical music was played scored much higher in a test. This study result uncovers that classical music somehow boosts students' performance, which is similar to our experimental result.
To investigate deeply about the efficiency of listening of classical music, we find some evidence to support. The songs belonging to the classic are mostly around 432 Hz. This Hz tuning may fill the people with the sense of peace and have a calming effect. Since 432 Hz is the intonation of nature, the sounds of 432 Hz can make the brain to secrete more serotonin, which is the key hormone of happiness. Listening to classical music can construct an environment being 432 Hz and directly enhancing the efficiency of the work.
There are no significant difference between listening pop music and not listening, which means that listening pop music will not significantly enhance the task performance.
According to a study by Matt T. Henderson, popular music provides the students participating in the experiment with a significant level of distraction when they are calculating. We love to listen pop music as we can get entertained and enjoyment while listening. When we are focusing on a task, listening those pop music may cause a distraction, which we may immerse in those pop music.
That pop music will not influence our concentration a lot. Most of the people who are multitasking, for example studying, driving, sport, with music are mostly listening with pop music. So it is obvious that no one will choose to listen music that are distracting their main purpose. In our experiment, classical music does not help interviewees to be more effective on their work. But in general, most of the people will listen to their favorite music, either listening to the classical. Because on their individual choice, their habit to be more are mainly factors to affect their decision.
After all of this experiment and elaboration from researchers done by professors, it seems that classical music can more or less enhance the work performance while listening to pop music cannot help. So, next time when you're frustrated by assignments and tests, try to listen to some classical music.